Hello and welcome to Dabbling in Journals, and I am so late with my video this week that it's become next week's video, and that way I will catch up with myself and I'll explain why I've been so busy in a bit. Now I'm going to do some planning. So I'm in November with my autumn or fall theme. That was the first week. That's the week you missed. So I had just done this and a little collage here. So I'm going to get ready for this week. I'm still in my lightweight insert and I've had quite a lot of votes. No, where's my book? I've had a lot of votes on what size to do my December daily in. So this is the last time I'm going to ask for your opinion. As you can see, I've got quite a few people have gone for passport, quite a few going for A6. They're a bit neck and neck. Only one for pocket, none for B6, and 3 for regular size. So if you have a view on what size you would like to see me do my planning and journaling for my December daily, then please do let me know and I will add you to the list, and then we'll work out which size we're going to use next week. Then I can start making it. So let's get on with this week's planning. So I still think this looks so scruffy. So I'm going to see if I can neaten it up a bit. Let's see. By adding columns. I don't know if that will help, but it's an experiment and we'll see if that makes it look a little less scruffy. And I'm just eyeballing it. That doesn't help. I should measure or something, shouldn't I? I used to have a template that I used, but I don't know where that is now. But hopefully that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to do a column for my meal plan. And then I am going to do a PM column for things happening in the afternoon, and an AM column for things happening in the morning, and we'll see how that works out. So let me just, maybe I should just put here like a little title. Just going to write in the days. Wow, November is going so fast. What do you think? Christmas will be upon us before we know it. And meals. There we go. Now before I fill all that in, I'm going to decorate this side of my page with a collage as always. And I have a few bits and pieces pulled out. I want to stick to my autumn theme. So I found this lovely, lovely, lovely handmade paper I was gifted. And I have this orange piece, so I don't want to use all of it, it's so precious. Maybe I'm just going to roughen up the edge a little bit though, and then who knows, those little square edge might come in useful for something. And then I have a bit of this lovely grassy paper, looks like dried grass in it, or dog hairs. I always say that because my dogs leave the hairs. I mean, they block up our vacuum cleaner. They are shedding so much. It's just impossible almost to keep on top of them. But they're so worth it. Right, I'm going to glue in my paper. It's always like, I've got into a bit of habit of starting with 2 pieces of torn paper. And I'm quite bad for that, getting into habits. And I like how it looks and then I keep doing it. And I really need to change it up every now and again. So I will have a think during this week, and next week I will try and change up my collaging a little bit more. I mean, they're not all the same or anything, but I have this sort of go-to formula, if you like, that I keep using. Now I pulled out this, which was another little Happy Mail gift. So I'm going to stick this in if I can. Like a washi sticker, isn't it? I did pull out some washes. Actually, I pulled out these washes. What would look nice with that? Quite like that one because it's kind of got like an ombre effect on it, and it pulls in the orange that I have up there. Maybe a little tiny bit up at the top here. Like so. So that's a little bit of washi tape added. And then I thought for my focal point I would use Maybe one of these. Aren't they gorgeous? And they're so beautifully orange. I think I want that one with the tree. So let's stick that one on. And if I remember rightly, they're stickers, but you have to cut them out, I think. So there we go. Oh, I don't think I needed to go to all that trouble because they're washi stickers and you can't see the outside. Where shall I put it? I didn't decide before I cut. I think I want it there. Oh, that's really lovely. That's really lovely. And I think it would look nice with one of these flowers. This is a sample pet tape that I got. I'm not sure what one it is. I want to have a look because I really love it. And shops that give away samples are so sensible because you get the sample and then you think, oh no, I would really like to buy that. Oh, that's so pretty. I don't want to go too over the top, but I'm thinking I would like one more element so that I've got 3 elements. I could have the coffee. I might have that on that page. Look at that lovely stamp there. I think I'm going to go with that as a sort of 3rd element, because when things are arranged in 3s, that can be very pleasing to the eye, so your eye wanders around your collage. And I really love those orangey colours. Orange is my favourite colour, absolute favourite colour. So I thought I might try some sort of multicolour pens today. I don't normally do that. These are Sarasa Zebra sort of vintage coloured gel pens, and these are like lovely autumnal colours. We've got berry red and a berry like really dark purple and this lovely camel colour, which is my absolute favourite. So let me write my meals in with the camel colour, and I'm wondering if it will just like end up more pleasing to the eye. I don't know if it will or not, than this kind of like general like mess that I do. So let me think. Right, so on Monday we're having vegetarian chili. No, we're not. We're going to have a tray bake. Sweet potato, just sweet potato tray bake, which is a particular recipe and I know what that means. We have broccoli and sweet potatoes and red onions and garlic and all good things. And then Monday we're going to have vegetarian chili with jacket potato. I'll just put pots. And then Tuesday salmon with chili rice. And Thursday, I got myself all in a pickle. Thursday is curry. And Friday is to be decided. I've just thought, I've also bought, I think I bought too many dinners this week because I've also bought ingredients to make an asparagus flan, and I'm thinking that they won't keep as well as I could make the chili and put it in the freezer. The potatoes would be fine, and we could have the flan that day, and then I could have the chili on that day. So I might swap it all around. But anyway, this is why you do planning, isn't it? Because then you see when things work and don't work, and I don't want to waste anything. So my appointments this week, in the morning, I'm going to go for this colour. So we've got gym on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Those are sort of every week things. And we also, for an every week thing, we have piano to remember. And we have the youth theatre group. So my son has youth theatre, which is important because that means we have to have that meal early. Then he has piano lesson that day. Wednesday he has school play. And Thursday my partner has karate. And I don't think we've got anything booked in for the weekend yet. No, I'm pretty sure that we don't. And then if I use this colour, is that going to contrast enough? Let's see. And I thought I would put in here, I'm having lunch with friends. So I'm having lunch. I put it in the middle because it's at lunch. It's not AM or PM, is it? It's sort of like running over the middle. Have I got anything else I'm doing? Oh, Friday, this is boring. Gym and then grocery shopping. Oh, and Tuesday, how could I possibly not have put this straight in? I'm having my sister over for coffee. And I don't want to forget that. So there was where I was going to put my coffee sticker, which I had out a minute ago. These ones are really precious because I love them so much. As you can see, I've only used one. I find it really hard to use them, but I've noticed that there are 2 of each. Not all of them are 2, but there's 2 of that one and there's 2 of that one. It makes it a bit easier. There's only 1 of that one. That one's lovely. So which one do you think would look nice? Should we go with pumpkin spice? Because that's a lovely... My sister doesn't even drink coffee, but I do. Oh no, it's going to go over piano. It's such a big sticker. I can write piano again. There we go, having a little bit of fun with my planning page there. I think I would like something else that's like decorative down here. So shall I go back to these? Would that look nice? Or something, maybe another one of these. Might go with that one there, look. I'm not going to bother fussy cutting around it so carefully this time though, because I've remembered it's washi tape, which you can hardly see. Oh, now we can't have any dinner on Sunday. What a shame. I'm thinking I might invite my daughter actually and her family over for a meal Friday evening. So I'll have to plan that at some point. Now, what do you think? Is this layout better than this? I think it looks a bit more organised and neat, and it's certainly easier for me to see when things are happening. Not that I've got very much happening at the moment, but that's absolutely fine because I had such a busy week last week, which is why I am almost, well, I've missed a video because I never did a video for this week's planning because, as I said, I was so busy. And let me show you what I was doing because it was so much fun. Now I have to put my iPad on. And it's upside down, and look, it was my granddaughter's birthday, and there they are with my grandson. They're twins, obviously, and they were having a birthday, and the theme was this evil carnival type theme, and I was employed to make the posters. So there's one of the posters on the wall I had to make, and I had to do a living dead doll with an apple. So there's my go at doing a living dead doll. They were huge, these posters, really big. My dogs were very interested in them. And let's see, that was another poster that I did, which was an evil fortune teller. I think everybody was supposed to be evil or spooky. And I did this poster with the bearded lady barber. And I did this creepy clown poster. That was really fun to do, the creepy clown. I like doing that one. So I did 4 posters and they all had clues written because the girls were in a sort of escape rooms situation with their friends. And I won't show you any more photos because I don't have permission to show other children. But they had this amazing escape rooms party and my daughter had decorated everything. Let me see if there's a picture. Yes, you can see, like in this picture, there was all swathes of fabric everywhere and she'd made signs and there were clues everywhere so that they had to find the answers to all the clues in order to rescue their friends from evil. And they had a really whale of a time. Lots of fun screaming and spookiness and really good time. So that's why I was so busy because I had to do these 4 enormous posters, and I had to sort of think what to do and sketch it out, and then obviously colour it, and I just didn't have time to do a video as well because that was quite a lot of art for me to make in 1 week. But it was so worth it because I felt involved and the children loved it, and yeah, it was just fantastic. So that's what I was doing last week, and let me move on now to my focus of the week. And what was I going to say? Oh, I had a couple of happy mails. I just wanted to say a public thank you because Mel sent me this one absolutely ages ago, and it's just arrived, Mel, on Saturday. And funnily enough, I got this one from Louise and this one from Mel on Saturday. And look at this gorgeous postcard with the constellations. When I put that in my journal, Mel, I'm going to see if I can do that in watercolour. That's really inspired me to have a go to see if I can reproduce that in watercolour. And she was wishing me a happy birthday, so I finally got it, yay! And I will get that will go in my journal and be cherished. And the lovely Louise at Tea Coffee Paper, she sent me this because she said she saw it and thought of me, which was so sweet. And there's also this gorgeous sticker that she's slipped in the back. Oops. That might go on my wall, I think, rather than my journal. And look at this sticker. I'll never be able to use it, Louise. It's just the most gorgeous sticker. One to be hoarded, but I will hoard it inside one of my, plastic covers so that I can see it. So thank you very much for that. And funnily enough, I sent you both you, Mel and Louise, something last Thursday, I think it was. Oh, and I've forgotten to... That's what I need to put a to-do list. I've got to do a to-do list. I remember I posted those happy mails to Mel and to Louise, and I sent some, and I've got some more to post. So if I haven't mentioned you and your happy mail friend, it will be next week. I'm getting there. And what was I going to put on here? Oh, I need to let the winner of my giveaway know that I posted. I need to, winner of giveaway, I need to let her know the tracking number because I posted that on Thursday as well. It took me ages, didn't it? I'm so sorry, I'm so slow. Winner of giveaway, send an email. Oh, and I need to email Suzanne. Let me put that on here. And is there anything else I need to do? Well, I'm going to keep that as a running to-do list. So who sent me these? Was it Marie? Note to self, the things right, in order to send 2 emails, that's definitely going to take at least 1 cup of coffee. I'm going to tick that. Let's see what happens, because it says, note to self, the thing I have to do, when the thing needs to be done, and how many cups of coffee you're going to need to do the thing. How many cups of coffee do I need to send 2 emails? 1 should do it, shouldn't it? So I'm going to put that into my planner, that little to-do list, and then once I've done it, I can obviously take it off the page because it's just a sticky note. So where was I? So thank you Louise, and thank you Mel for these beautiful cards, which I shall cherish. So last week I got this card, and this is the Knight of Swords, and the keywords that went with him were ambitious, rebellious, determined and focused. And I picked the keyword focused to focus on last week, and I thought that was a really good one for me because I have enormous difficulty focusing. One of the main reasons that I took early retirement was because my PTSD makes it very difficult for me to focus and very difficult for me to do things that I have chosen to do. Now that sounds like it makes no sense. Unless you have PTSD, you might find it really difficult to understand. But it's something like sending a happy mail. I might decide to do it. I can even get it to the point when it's prepared and wrapped, and then it can take me weeks to take it to the post office. Anyway, I do have this difficulty focusing. I won't chunch on about it anymore. Now the causes, like lots of people have difficulty focusing all the time. I mean, it's a general problem. And the causes can be things like being hungry, that stops you focusing, being tired, being stressed, feeling worried or anxious, being distracted by something in your environment. So all of those things, if you can work out the cause, then you can resolve it. If you're struggling to focus because you're hungry, if you eat something, then you'll be able to focus. I mean, they're fairly straightforward, although you do need to sit and think, why can't I focus, and work out what the problem is. However, sometimes difficulty focusing is a symptom of another condition, as in my case, PTSD makes it really difficult to focus. And so do things like ADHD, anxiety, depression, autism, learning disorders, hypothyroidism. There's lots of PTSD, I've already said. There's lots of sort of underlying conditions that can cause difficulty focusing. So if it's a really big problem for you, it might be worth getting that investigated. Now, once we've got this difficulty with focusing, especially somebody like in my case where there is an underlying condition causing it, what can we do? Well, I found this web page, healthline.com, and it came up with these suggestions. Get rid of any distractions. Fairly straightforward to understand, not always easy to do, because sometimes distractions can't be easily rid of. But, you know, if you've got a toddler around you, you can't just get rid of them, can you? I can't get rid of my dogs when they're being annoying. No, you have to find other ways to stop them distracting you. In the case of the toddler, you know, do whatever it is you need to do while they have their nap or whatever. So get rid of distractions. Coffee in small doses. So you don't want to drink so much coffee that you're buzzing, but, you know, coffee is something that does help people focus. And then I came across this one, practice the Pomodoro technique. And I thought, what on earth is that? So I looked that up. And obviously there's lots of information about the Pomodoro technique if you're interested, because you have a problem focusing. But one of the suggestions was to set a timer and to do the task for 25 minutes, and then the timer goes off and you have a 5-minute break. And then you do the next 25 minutes and have a 5-minute break. And then on the fourth time, you have a half an hour break. So basically, it's like forcing yourself. You've got this time limit and then you're going to have a break. Just focus for 25 minutes. Or you can make it shorter if you're, 25 minutes might be a bit long for me, for example. So that was interesting. Removing access to social media. A lot of people are sort of slaves to social media now. I was waiting in the gym to use a piece of equipment and the person on it wasn't using it. They were just checking out their social media on their phone, and because they couldn't sort of move on to the next piece of equipment until they'd done that. So if you're a slave to social media, removing access to that while you do a task might help you focus. Fueling your body, we talked about food and healthy food and so on, getting enough sleep, setting SMART goals, the specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, timed goals. Mindfulness, which is important for me. To-do lists, I just did one. Notice how I jotted down some things as I thought of them. Focus on similar tasks at the same time. Multitasking is a real skill, and it doesn't always help you to focus properly on each thing if you're trying to do lots of different things at once. So thank you, healthline.com. Lots of information there on focusing for me, and I do really struggle with this, and I have been so pleased that since I've started my YouTube channel I have managed most weeks to get out a video. And I did wonder if I'd be able to do that, because I thought, giving myself a sort of, not a real goal, because it doesn't matter if I don't do it, but sometimes once something becomes something I feel is an obligation or something I ought to do, that's when I start really prevaricating and finding it really difficult to do it. I don't know why. Something I need to discuss with a therapist, I imagine. What's wrong with me? Why can't I do the things I want to do? Really strange. Oh, anyway, I was putting that all away. I'm chuntering away. So what I think I want to do now is actually pick my next card for next week, and then we can decorate this page. So I'm still using this deck, so let me move that out of the way, pop that card back, give it a shuffle, and see what card I get for this week. And then next week we'll have decided what we're doing our December daily in, and so hopefully next week I'll do my planning video at the beginning of the week, and then I will do my December daily setup, because we'll be getting near to it, won't it? And so I want to show making the inserts and things like that before I actually set it up at the beginning of December. One more shuffle. Right, what card will we get this week from my lovely new Unfolding Path Tarot. Ooh, I have the King of Pentacles there, and look at those lovely autumnal colours. Absolutely perfect for the stuff I've already got out, because I've already got out loads of autumnal colours. So let's have a look and see how I'm going to decorate this page. I think I'm going to go down the side like in a strip. That's what I feel like doing, as then I can use the straight line on this paper. And let's make this one a bit smaller. I want that one at the bottom, don't I? I don't know why. It feels like it should go up. How about like that? I think like that. So let's stick those on. I might put the photograph of the car. Oh, that side's nicer. Why is that side nicer? I guess that's the way round it's supposed to be. So I'm going to put one piece of paper here. And then one here. And I'm thinking my photo of the card here. Let me take a photo of it now, and then I can stick it in where I want it. Okay, so the photo is just currently coming out of my printer. So I will add that to this layout. I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use this washi tape here to sort of join these two. I don't know if this is going to work. I really hope it looks nice. And I've just done a really small photograph of this card, so I'm just going to cut that out. It's a bit wibbly wobbly, but it doesn't matter, does it? So I'm going to pop that one in, and the photos come out on sticker paper, so that's really handy. And what else can I put on here that would look nice? I'm going to add a bit more washi here. And I have some of these. Might do it like that, and then I'm going to stamp. I've got some Tim Holtz ink, and I've got my little, I love this stamp, I want to get some more of these. So I've chosen the Fired Brick, which is a really dark red colour. I think I used this stamp on something I did for you, Louise, if you're watching. It says purpose, it's what gives life its meaning, and I don't know how to pronounce it in the Japanese, but it's I-K-I-G-A-I. So I'm going to put that across there, and I pressed a bit hard, but I can just about make out what it says. I'm not very good at stamping, so I'm going to glue those on as an element at the bottom of the page. Oh, and I've just remembered something else that I promised one viewer, that I would show her how 4 inserts fit in a traveller's notebook and whether or not you get overhang. So I should do that, shouldn't I? Before I go, I will do that. Obviously not something all of you want to watch, so putting it at the end of the video seems like a good plan. And I want to add just a little circle sticker there. I think I'm going to use one of these that I was using last week. That looks like a really good colour. They're really hard to get off. There we go. I'm going to put one there. And a dark brown, I think. there. There, that looks nice now. Again, when I put things in threes, I start feeling, oh yes, I really like how that looks now. So I've got a page all ready for me to reflect on the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is a leader, a protector, a provider, and he's very disciplined. And he's been put in this very modern looking suit, hasn't he? And he does look very confident that way he's sitting with his leg crossed over his knee, and he's balancing a pentacle, which is a representation of sort of earth, of physical things, of income and your needs, basic needs being fulfilled and so on. And he looks like he's doing very well for himself, does he not? Okay, so I will pick one of those words to reflect on next week. And before I go, I will just show, and I'm sorry I can't remember who it was that asked, but I know somebody definitely asked me if you could fit 4 inserts without overhang, and I thought the best thing to do was to show whether or not you can fit 4 inserts without overhang in a traveller's notebook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out my dashboard, and I can leave the insert. I will take out my folder, because that's not an insert, because I add all these little extras that I add. In fact, it's time I changed this. So I'm glad that I'm taking it out because it will remind me. I will take out my stickers. So I've just got my traveller's notebook, and that's how it looks with 2 inserts. So let me grab 2 more inserts. So I've got my journal here. So let's take this insert out. Actually, I might want the rubber band. I'm going to have to put all this back after, aren't I? Never mind. I quite like doing that anyway. I can evaluate how I have it. And then I want this insert. I'll leave the postcard. That's not very thick, is it? And now it's stuck around the... it's stuck around the bookmark. Where is the bookmark? There it is. Right. I now have 4 inserts. So I've got 2 super lightweight ones, a lightweight one and a normal one. So let me put these 2 together. So this is what I would do if I wanted to put 4 inserts in. I would elasticate 2 together, and then I would elasticate the other 2 together, which they already are. So I've got, whoops, things falling out everywhere. So I've got 2 inserts elasticated together, another 2 inserts elasticated together, and then I would just pop them through the centre elastic. Like so. I've now got 4 inserts in my traveller's notebooks. And do I have overhang? I'm going to say yes. I mean, from the front, can't see it. From the back, minimal, little bit of overhang, with none showing at the front, but I mean it is dead flush. So if you want 4 inserts in a traveller's notebook, then it is going to have a little bit of overhang if you use this brand. Now if you use something like Chic Sparrow, she cuts hers wider, I believe, so you wouldn't have the issue. It's with the Travellers Company. Travellers notebooks are cut fairly slim. Now I think there are other ways that you can band your books together. So if you have a look online, you might find other ways, but even if you could get them to lay really flush, I think, I mean, they're pretty flush, and yeah, you've got overhang. So I hope that answers your question a little bit. It wouldn't bother me at all. As you can see, I always have mine stuffed, and I have all these extra bits and pieces stuffed in as well, and overhang doesn't bother me at all. But some people, it really kind of, It's a no way thing. No way do they want any overhang of their notebooks. So I hope that was helpful to whoever it was that asked. And thank you everybody else for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.